What's going on, everyone? It's my back again. You'll see I'm in the kids' room. We're going straight to Manor. It is his birthday today, so yeah, 9 years old, so we're treating him today, so he's just getting ready. But I felt it was important to get a video out early this morning. Everton appear to be on the verge of announcing Nuno Espirito Santo as the new Everton manager. It's a manager that I personally think is uninspiring. I'm certainly not necessarily looking forward to his appointment. However, I obviously will back any manager that manages Everton Football Club. So, although I'm not excited by this, I'm not against it. You know, anyone who got that job will have my full backing, my full support. And look, there's still a chance someone could pull out. Everton could pull out, but I believe from the rumours heard last night, which broke at about 10, 11 o'clock, it does look like Nuno Espirito Santo is the first choice for Farhad Moshiri. And again, it appears that Farhad has made this decision. Now, that's the bit I wanted to comment on. It's again Farhad making this decision. And again, I know people will say, well, Farhad pays the bills, he makes the money, etc. But what's the point of Marcel Brands as a director of football for Everton? Like, what's the point? You know, if he's not being the one who's making the manager's decision, then I don't get it. And look, the jury is out for me on Marcel Brands. I've said it loads of times. I'm not going to sit here and all of a sudden change my tune. I think some of Marcel's signings have been horrendous. But a lot of that has actually been under poor management, because I think as a whole, last summer he got it right when he had a good manager in front of him in Carlo Ancelotti. So I'm still on the fence about Marcel. But I'm really concerned about, you know, who's going to want to play for Everton Football Club when the aim was to finish Everton in the top 6, top 4. Who's going to want to join Everton? Bar probably some Wolves players, some Portuguese players. But apart from that, who's going to want to be... There's a different aura around being managed by Carlo Ancelotti or a manager of that ilk than there is being managed by Nuno. And that's not a dig at Nuno. It's just he's not had that long to build his reputation. He was fantastic at Wolves for the first year. The second year he did another fantastic job getting them in Europe. But this year was horrendous. You know, I think they had less. They ran. I'm sure I've read they made less dribbles than any other team and less running than any other team. That really concerns me in a side that has got players like Traoré and Neto. Like, that really worries me. So it's almost like they had Jimenez, he got injured, and Nuno couldn't adapt. And Wolves fans now call it Nuno ball. So I wanted to show you a clip from what Sweet and Sour Soccer said regarding Nuno Espirito Santo and see what your thoughts are compared to that. See if you're happy with this appointment or not. As I say, I will back any manager. Like 100%, I'll back any manager. End of story. I will do it. But this just seems... It doesn't seem... It doesn't... Not all of this makes sense to me. You know, you've got Everton being linked with managers like Galtier. There's a £4 million release clause. He's just won something in France. And look, again, I'm not saying he was my first choice. You know, you've got managers like Rafa Benitez who have won things, managed Newcastle, managed Liverpool, obviously. But, you know, I do think there was better options than Nuno. I really, really do. And I certainly think it's gonna be a wild 2 years. I just want to put something out there as well. A lot of people are saying that Nuno is perfect for the building project and, you know, long-term stability. And I have seen a few people say that his average managerial tenure is 2 years. Just to put that in perspective for you. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm over the moon. I'm not happy. I probably would have preferred to have given it to Big Dunk. And let me explain why. I probably would have preferred to give it to Big Dunk until like January and then say, right, you've done really well or you've not done well. And at least he's not sacked, he's not really demoted, he just gets the opportunity to manage his football club for a longer period. Give him 19 games, give him half of a season, you know, get him fighting for that get him passionate about the club again. Because I think you're going to see that Nuno, I think he strikes me as someone who can be quite aggressive towards players and someone who will not take any bullshit, and I suspect that's great, like that is great, but that will also piss off the majority of our squad very quickly, because we know how much of them are shithouse anyway. So I think there's a gentle balance, and I think Duncan would know that from working with them, whereas Nuno may come in iron fist on the table. This is what you're going to do. This is how you're going to do it. And if you don't like it, you know where the door is. And ordinarily, I wouldn't be against that. But I just think that means that a lot of players could leave Everton, which could completely destabilise the team. And then we're fucked. Like, next season we're fucked because we can't recruit as well. I'm really interested to see how he gets on with James, Richarlison. I'm interested to see what will happen with Moise Kean, because, you know, if you're Moise Kean, would you rather stay at PSG under a manager that, you know, he's better than Nuno in Poch? So I just don't know how I think. I don't know what I think about it. I don't know if this is the right appointment for Everton. I really don't. But I wanted, obviously, a couple of weeks ago, I did get the thoughts of Sweet and Sour Soccer, guys, who will be on our channel a little bit more. So go over and subscribe to them if you can, guys. They're pushing 500 subs, so if you can just get them to 500, that'd be massively appreciated. Descriptions down below. But yeah, I'm very much on the fence about this, but I will back whoever manages our great football club. Guys, I'm leaving it there. It's an early upload. I don't usually upload like this. This video could do horrendous. I really don't know. So, guys, enjoy it. If you're in bed, get yourself a cup of tea. Watch the whole length of it. Maybe watch some of the other videos and keep smiling. Also, how good did Italy look last night? Looked fantastic. So, yeah. Oh, and it's quite funny. Somebody was calling us Mediocrity FC on Twitter because they were calling us Mediocrity Brothers, Everton and Tottenham, because of our manager choices in Fonseca and Nuno. But there you go.
Easy.
Is Nuno Espirito Santo the right man for Everton Football Club?
It's not even a debate. It's the answer's yes, and then we just stop the video. Just stop it. What this man's done in football puts people like Bielsa, who gets put on this really odd pedestal, to shame. I'll just read it out quickly. Took over a mid-championship team. Mid-championship. We came up from League One a couple of years before. Won the league in his first season. We were regarded as one of the greatest championship teams ever, along with the Sunderland team in the early 2000s, the Reading team, I think it was Steve Coppell. Just blew the league away. First season in the Premier League, 7th. So the next season, we played, I think, 61 games. Not only do we get a back-to-back 7th, he takes us to the quarterfinals of the Europa League. We lost 1-0 to Sevilla, who knocked out Man United and went on to win it. And we get to an FA Cup semi-final. We were 2-0 up in the 80th minute and were unlucky. The next season, we lose our best striker in Jimenez, who I think most fans like. I think people like Jimenez. Yeah. Injuries to Bowley, Johnny, who is one of our best players, never gives less than a 7. He's had 2 ACLs in one season, this season, and we still finish, I think, 14th. The football, could it be boring? It's boring when you lose. We did the double over City. How many teams can say that in the last 2 or 3 seasons? We beat them 2-0 away and 3-2 at home. We've beaten United, we've beaten Chelsea, we haven't beaten Liverpool, but we've beaten Arsenal at Wembley. Look at his resume in 3 years. And look at the players you've got compared to us.
Yeah, to be fair, I agree with a lot.
Fucking hell, what an argument! Fucking hell!
Well, that's it then. Argument's over. That's it. Let's move on.
He's rehearsed this, hasn't he? I've not even rehearsed the whole speech. He's done me in straight away. Now, to be fair, I actually agree with a lot of what James has said, but there's some must parts about that. I mean, let's go to the FA Cup. 2-0 up He then takes off all attacking players, and we go on to lose 3-2. His substitutions in that semi-final cost us.
Can I just jump in there?
Semi-final, his substitutions in general are going to massively frustrate Everton fans because quite often he gets them horrendously wrong. He doesn't make them until the 80th minute. There'll be youth players which you'll think you want to see more of, and you just won't see them. So it's not all roses. But you know what? To be fair, I think you'll get.
That was my two biggest gripes with Carlo.
Oh no!
You know what? When you were doing your monologue earlier of what you didn't like about Carlo, although he was a breath of fresh air, and you mentioned the subs and the football, I sat there and went, "Oh shit, I'm in trouble here."
You'll get at least 2, possibly 3 good years out of him before it starts to deteriorate. I reckon.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense because this isn't just happened with Wolves, right? It happened with Valencia. There was a story literally just before he got sacked by us where he might have just kicked himself off here so we can have a good
popcorn.
Good little debate. That's it. Got to get
chat rubbish. I'll tell you why you chat rubbish. Because when we were 2-0 up in the FA Cup final with 10 minutes, semi-final with 10 minutes to go, it's very easy to be an after the match armchair fan and say, "Oh, why did he make those subs?" I guarantee most fans, when we went 2-0 up in the 80th minute, are sitting there going, "Right, get a midfielder on. I think he brought Dendoncker on. Or make a sub." You don't think you're going to blow a 2-0 lead. So it's very easy to, after the fact, to say, "Oh, you got that wrong." Gerard Deulofeu scored 2 worldies in 10 minutes. What else has he done in his career? You can't use that against him.
Brilliant.
Do you know what, Mike? This hasn't gone that well because this has gone so well. People will think this has been planned for weeks.
I planned it this morning.